문득 달라진 게 느껴져. 정말 어른이 되고 있어. 내 부족함이 보여도 더는 내가 별로 안 미워. 오늘 나의 마음보다도 몇 년 뒤를 떠올리면서 나는 자주 불안했어. 그때 모든 게 다 그랬어. 난 가끔 그리울 것 같아. 어리석었던 그래서 더 달리고 달렸던 날들. 부르고 또 부르던 모습이 새빨갛게 춤추고 뛰던 가슴도 난 요즘엔 하늘이 아름다워. 잘 알던 서울이 새삼스러워. 비가 오면 그대로 담았고 싶어. 애쓰지 않더라도 행복하고 싶어. 문득 떠나고 싶은 날엔 훌쩍 떠나고 싶은데 할 일이 먼저 생각나. 꽉 찬 캘린더를 바라봐. 나의 이름으로 쓰여지는 약속들이 두근거리던 내 주말들을 채우지만 난 어디로 가는지를 잘 알고 있어. 그래서 더 생각이 나. 많이 무모하고 어리석었던 그래서 더 달리고 달렸던 날들. 부르고 또 부르던 모습이 새빨갛게 춤추고 뛰던 가슴도 난 요즘엔 하늘이 아름다워. 잘 알던 서울이 새삼스러워. 비가 오면 그대로 담았고 싶어. 애쓰지 않더라도 행복하고 싶어. 사랑한단 말을 더 쉽게 하고 싶어. 기억해 불안했던 나의 어린 마음을 겁먹은 채 세우던 어두운 밤을. 그때 내게 말할 수 있다면 넌 지금도 충분히 잘하고 있다고. 거짓말 같은 밤 거지 같은 기억. 이젠 다시 돌아가고 싶지 않아.
사랑은 burn it 모두 다 burn it 기억들도 burn it 아주 오래오래 멀리 떠나가길 바래. 아주 오래오래 나의 곁을 그리워하길 바래. 자비 따윈 없어 no mercy. 내 맘은 privacy. 네가 뭐라던 간에 아무 상관없고 내 꿈속의 한 송이 데이지. 난 그 사랑의 데이지. 너 하나 없을 뿐인데 잊을 것 같아. 새하얀 꽃잎의 데이지. 그 속에서 난 또 crazy. 얼간이처럼 너를 죽도록 너를 사랑했는데 고작 이게 뭐야. 다 거짓말이야 거짓말. 다 거짓말이야 미안해 밤이 늦었어요. 못다한 말들이 있어서 왔네요. 맨정신은 아냐 기억이 가물가물해. 내 맘은 왜 자꾸 머뭇해. 오직 너의 눈빛 파래진 붉은 빛에 네가 뭐라던 간에 아무 상관없고 정말 불행하게 바래. 내 꿈속의 한 송이 데이지. 난 그 사랑의 데이지. 하나 없을 뿐인데 잊을 것 같아. 새하얀 꽃잎의 데이지. 그 속에서 난 또 crazy. 얼간이처럼 너를 죽도록 너 주저앉지도 않은 채로 두 발 땅에 딛고 안간힘을 쓰고 있어. 네가 없었다면 다 불가능할 거야. 지금은 난 잊지도 않을 거야. 너라서 날 일으키는 거야. So I'm alright. 이렇게 버티잖아. 한 발짝 발걸음을 이어가. 한 발짝 무거워도 이어가. 놓지 말아줘. 네가 있다는 게 나에게는 마지막 희망 한 줄기의 빛이니까. 붙잡아줘. 살아있다는 게 두렵고 버겁긴 하지만 견딜 수 있어. 오로지 너의 그 사랑이 있다면. You make me. 변할 건 없어. 또 바랄 건 없어. 그대로일 거야. 나를 뺀 모든 건 흘러갈 거야. 그 안에서 너라는 행복을 찾았기에. 너라서 난 흔들리지 않아. 그러니까 놓지 말아줘. 네가 있다는 게 나에게
What's up?
마지막 희망 한 줄기의 빛이니.
I turn the music down just a little bit. I know everyone's enjoying it. What's up? How's everyone doing? Can everyone hear me okay? Hear the music? Hear me? Everything good? Let me know. Yo. A good old howdy in the chat. What's up, y'all? Amazing, amazing. All right. I swear, every time I do one of these, I am... Nephews and nieces are over. Hey, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, I'm feeling better. Thank you, Ash. It was it's an interesting week, to say the least. Without going into too much detail. Starting a new anxiety and depression medicine is not the funnest thing in the world. So I'll just leave it at that. But we're good. We're here. Everyone's alive and killing it, living the dream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah. It's so funny though. I was saying that every time I do one of these, like, I'm always nervous. And I don't know why I'm nervous. I used to be a part of a Star Wars podcast. Well, technically I still am, once a month. And we live stream the recordings of that. And I'm like completely at home, like completely chill when I do that. But like, I guess it's just me being by myself. Who knows? I don't know. Anyways, everyone here is so amazing though. So it makes it really easy. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Cosmic, thank you so much. Hey, Moon, what's up? Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just want to say, hearing cinema in the background reminded me that CIX has just some of the most beautiful K-pop songs ever. Like, I don't know what their producers do, but they just come out so beautiful. And they're also incredible live. Oh, cold calling. Yo, crayon markers. I did an insurance job for 3 months where I had to cold call. I respect people so much who do that. I cannot. One of the reasons why I left that job after 3 months was the cold calling. Hey, Sheba, thank you. Yeah, yo, I hated insurance calls. because for the company that I worked for, they taught us to kind of trick people into giving us information, and it never sat well with me. It was just, I won't go into details, but it was just, it worked. It brought in money for a time when we needed it, but it was rough. It was real rough. So really happy that I'm done with that job and I'm doing other stuff now. So 16 people, not bad for having to reschedule it last minute. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. Hi, is ATs your ultimate? Yes, ATs is my old group. Yeah, I guess I have 3. If I segment things in my brain the way my brain normally works, I have a favorite boy group, a favorite girl group, and then a favorite band, because it's kind of a different thing. So it's AT's, Dreamcatcher, and OneWe, but AT's always has a little bit of an edge over the other 2 for me. So I can't even call friends and family. Yo, for real, I don't know what it is, but like I don't enjoy talking on the phone with people as much. Maybe I'm super introverted too, so, which is so funny because I'm doing YouTube. It's kind of a contradiction there, but hey, thank you so much, Moon. I appreciate it. Do I have a bias in ATs and Dreamcatcher? Yes, Jongho, Jiu. Jiu and I, a lot of people know this, but for those of you who don't, Jiu and I were born on the exact same day, same year and everything. I've never like shared a birthday with anyone famous before. So she's what I call my birthday bias. And Jongho, I'll actually tell this story a little bit later, but Jongho is like pretty much the reason I'm into ATs. Hey, thank you so much, Taylor. I appreciate it. Do I like One Us too? Yes, I do. I've actually seen One Us live, and they're incredible. But it was like early. Like I'm talking like 3 or 4 years ago. Might have been even longer now that I think about it. It might have been like 5 or 6 years ago. But hey, what's up, Davis? Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Say So Neon. I've never heard of Say So Neon. I'm gonna have to check them out. I'm always looking for new bands. I love band music. So, but you have the same birthday as Chongbin? That's amazing. That's super cool. How and when did you get into OneWe? How did I get into OneWe? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember how I got into OneWe. I do remember that I happened to catch Hongjung, Heather. So funny you say that, because I was at the AT show in California on Hongjung's birthday. So it was also your birthday. That's amazing. But yeah, I don't remember how I got into OneWe. Actually, now that I think about it, I heard I saw one of their music videos, like one of the super stripped down ones, one time, and I remember it was like really stripped down, and I remember being like, this is really pretty, but it's not my thing. And then I heard maybe 0 and 4. I don't remember. I heard one of their songs. I was like, yo, there's guitar in this. This is amazing. And then I heard one of Kanghyun's solos. Maybe it was Regulus. I don't remember. But I heard one of the solos, and immediately I was like, yep, that's going to have to be a thing, because Kanghyun is just insane. So many questions. Hey, thank you so much, everyone, on the congrats. You've covered Zykers before. Do you have a bias? Yes. I need to learn the Zykers members much more than I do. But my bias is Yechan. Yo, Victoria, for real. Jongho his vocal technique is insanely underrated. Like, I don't think people realize like how talented and just incredible his vocal technique is. Like, I'm not a vocalist, but I've worked with a lot of vocalists, and I know enough about vocal technique and vocal performing that, like, I would imagine, I like to say that I know what's good and what's not, and he's just insanely talented. Like, it's nuts. Ash, I've actually got a bunch of your questions in here because they were really good. Yeah, fun fact for everyone talking about One We, I know this is a shameless plug, but it's so funny because, like, I feel like it's really difficult for people to find my other covers, but I do have a whole list of One We covers that I've done on my channel, and they always like stretch my playing ability. Like, I've yet to do Gravity because of the freaking solo, because of a 2-bar guitar lick in the solo. I literally have everything else done except for that one part, and I need to practice it. So I haven't forgotten about Gravity. It's coming. AT's live is insane. There is no difference between Jongho live and Jongho on a CD. There's absolutely no difference. If anything, Jongho live is better than Jongho in a recording. It's insane. What is Jeffrey? What is your gear setup? Great question. Literally my guitars, a Line 6 Helix floor unit, straight into the interface. That's all I use. So I went through a period of time where I was like playing amps, and I had a big pedal board, and I was constantly switching pedals out. And when I started doing these covers, I was already playing like a more direct. I was playing a Strymon Iridium. I don't know if you're familiar with that. But I was already using a direct solution, and it made recording much easier because you didn't have to mic up an amp. So as the covers continued, I realized that I needed more gain and like a bit more like metal and like hard rock tones than I had before. So I went all in on the Helix because it can do everything. So yeah, there you go. Line 6 Helix in stereo, straight into my interface. I use that for all of my tones. Do I watch K-dramas? Yes, I do. Yeah, of course, Jeffrey. I love talking about gear. So if anybody has questions if anyone has questions about gear, camera gear, audio gear, let me know. I've not, Taylor. I've not heard of them. No. But I'll definitely give that a shot. All right. So we've been live for a few minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and start getting into stuff. But before I do, I just wanted to thank, like the whole point of this is to celebrate 15,000 subscribers. And it's still mind-blowing to me. So thank you. Thank you to everyone, whether you're here live or you're watching this later. Seriously. I don't know if I ever saw myself getting to this point. I don't know if it was ever like necessarily like a thought. I just kind of did it, and I just wanted to do it, and I just like kept moving forward. This whole thing started with AT's thanks, because I realized there were so few guitarists doing K-pop covers on the internet, and I was like, well, making covers was kind of in my veins because I'd been in cover bands and I'd been writing music, and so I was like, why not take the guitar and take K-pop music and see how the two can like meet in the middle? And here we are. A little bit less than like 3 years, give or take. 3 years later, I think August will be 3 years. I don't remember the day, but I need to look that up. I am planning on redoing Thanks for the 3-year anniversary, doing a kind of like a modern, updated version of it. But yeah, I seriously thank you, everyone. it blows my mind that so many people, because like guitar covers are a niche, kind of a niche thing, right? And most of the time with guitar YouTube, it's only other guitar players watching the guitar covers. We're all like really nerdy that way. But the fact that so many like non-musicians or musicians with other instruments or vocalists like these covers, it still blows my mind. It's incredibly humbling and honoring, and I can't thank you all enough. So thank you, everyone. Seriously, I cannot thank you enough. So many kind things. Thank y'all so much. Yo, that gasoline, I feel like was made for a guitar cover. That one was one that was really easy to do. But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, I have heard Nick Nocturnal's version of Unforgiven. Hey, thank you so much, Moon. Sleep well. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Heather. That's really kind. Thank you. Victoria, which Aurora? I realized I have two Auroras. Are you talking one Wii or are you talking ATs? Yeah. That was a fun one for me because that has always been one of my favorite AT songs, and I realized that I hadn't done it yet. And I was like, it's time to do it. So, but seriously, everyone, I could spend this whole stream just thanking you over and over again. I seriously, I mean it. So thank you to every single person. I think I said this last time I had a live stream, but I deeply understand when K-pop artists or like music artists in general are like, we wouldn't be able to do it without A-Teeny or Stay or insert fandom here. And it's very easy to write that off as like a cliche thing. But when you do something creative that is solely based on a group of people consuming it or enjoying it or whatever, like all of a sudden it takes a whole nother meaning. And so like in some of my comments, like I'm always trying to acknowledge that I literally couldn't do it without all of you. And because I mean, I would just be playing here by myself in a room. So seriously, to everyone who has watched, commented, subscribed, liked, everything, thank you. Yo, France. Yeah, Cosmic. Yes, they finally. So really quick story before I jump into the questions. The Cruel cover that I posted today, I worked on that. I worked on that back in like October. I started it. Never got a chance. I got busy. Some other things happened. I didn't get a chance to finish it. So this year comes around, and I was like, I need to finish this cover. So I finish it. I bought like a new editing pack, and I went in and I was so proud of this edit. It was like all the new stuff that I'd gotten. The edit felt good. The mix felt good. All of the parts felt really good. I was vibing hard to this video. I finished it, and I was working super hard on a Saturday to get it done for a Sunday, right? And I get all the way. I upload it. I started making the Twitter version that I post on Twitter. I'm like hyped to get this video out, and it starts uploading. And I looked, it hit the content, like the copyright thing, and all of a sudden it's blocked. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me after months of work? And Ash, it's not even Team Wang, it's Universal Music Group or Warner Music Group. It's like the American branch, the super greedy American branch of his distribution, or they distribute for him, if that makes sense. And it was really frustrating because there was already a few guitar covers of that song on YouTube and dance covers. So for the things that they were copyright claiming or blocking me for, other people were allowed to use. And I was like, how is this fair? And so yeah, I was like super frustrated. And the funny thing about guitar covers is that it's literally free marketing for the artists and for the labels by proxy. Because contrary to popular belief, okay, I don't make money doing YouTube. I do have a phenomenal group of members that do contribute some to helping me do what I do, and I'm like seriously forever indebted to all of you. My channel is monetized, but when it comes to ad revenue, because 90% of my covers are like copyright claimed or I'm sharing revenue, like ad revenue on YouTube is already like a small trickle unless you have like a Mr. Beast sized audience. And so like now I'm like, I basically don't make any money. Like it's laughable. So it's like, it would be different if I was making like $1,000 a week on covers. I would be like, okay, maybe they have a point, right? But nah. So they were copyright blocking me. I wasn't allowed to put the cover out, but it would have just further promoted Jackson and his music and further promoted Team Wang. So anyways, yeah, Ash, ad revenue it sucks. That's why a lot of the most famous YouTubers are all in on like brand collaborations and sponsors and selling merch, their own merch and you know, digital content and stuff like that. Patreon. Hey, yeah, yo, I love. Hey, Victoria, thank you so much. Yo, that was so kind. Welcome to the membership. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I can't. Like, you can't treat. I can't do the same things with my YouTube that a lot of other people can to make money either. So I would buy your merch. I don't know what I would make for merch, Cosmic. I really don't. I have these guitar picks, but they're just for me. Let me see. Oh, it's not gonna focus on it. It's fine. But these are like custom made to the specifications that I play with, like for real. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'd have to figure something out with the pick maker. It's a small business, and so I would definitely want to make sure that I support them too. But yeah. Pull it. I actually thought about making a guitar pick keychain at one point. Oh no. Hey, Knight Davis, sleep well, brother. Sleep, sweet dreams. So yeah. Yeah, I thought about making merch, but I don't know. We'll see. I thought about just sticking Cheeto's face on stuff. I'm sure people would love that. Make money off of my cat. All right. Let's go ahead and dive into some of these questions. I had some really, really good ones, so I'm excited to answer these. So first one is from Tsunami Jin. Is there a group or groups that you naturally vibe with that makes coming up with a cover distinctly easier than normal? Super good question. Or do you just have enough musical talent that it doesn't matter, and all covers are created with an equal amount of mental creativity and an equal time frame? So basically, are there certain groups, or I would guess songs, that are easier to do that make it easier, or are they just all the same level of easiness? That is not the case. I wish that were the case. No, there are some songs that are much, much, much more difficult than others. So examples of songs that might be a lot easier to do are, of course, songs that have guitar in them already. So for example, Cruel, we're talking about that, already has a lot of guitar in it, or established parts, like really established parts that I could copy. And so like that was an easier song because it was pretty straightforward. Another easy song that didn't have guitar in it, another good example, is Gorilla. I remember that cover came out of like so fast. It was like one of the fastest covers I've ever written because of the way the song is structured. Songs that are not as easy might be like Aurora by ATEEZ was really challenging. Let me think. What were other really challenging songs? I remember Reason. I'm gonna have to let me pull up the list of my covers on my YouTube channel, so that I can actually give some insight into this. S-Class was really challenging actually. That one was really challenging. I'm trying to think. What was another one that was challenging? Let's see. I'm going through them. Some of the more recent ones were much easier. Case 143 was really challenging. In terms of like artists that I vibe with that are easier to work with, Dreamcatcher and ATEEZ, One We, ironically my 3 alts, are always easier. AT songs for some reason, and this is like a running joke in my comments section too. I don't know what Edenary does, but like the songs fit with guitar so well, even when there's no guitar in them. Dreamcatcher naturally has a ton of guitar in their songs already, and if they don't, like a song like Scream, for example, that doesn't have guitar in it, but it just fits super well. One We is self-explanatory because it's a band. Stray Kids, most of the time, is much easier to do, but S-Class was really difficult because, and this kind of opens up into a little bit broader of a discussion, but some song, 17 is normally not super hard, but not super easy, if that makes sense. Like I might have a little bit of difficulty here and there, but it's not like stupidly challenging. But like S-Class, for example, is not a song that really needs guitar. Like it kind of sits absolutely well on its own, you know? And then of course, like they had that section in the middle, like the classic hip hop vibe that ended up dropping 10 BPM. So I had to like figure out how to accommodate for a 10 BPM change in the middle of the song. And there are many times, that cover being a good example, that I'll like write a bunch of parts and then I listen to it and it just doesn't work. And I have to go back and rewrite things. So do you think Rolling Quartz songs... So I've actually covered a Rolling Quartz song already. Normally their stuff is really easy to write for, I would say, because they're a band. So normally I wouldn't have trouble with Rolling Quartz. But I covered, was it Holler? I think. I have to go back. It all becomes kind of a blur to me after a certain point. But I think it was Holler. Yeah, it was Holler. Sweet. So yeah, hopefully, Tsunami Jin, hopefully that answers your question in kind of a roundabout way. But there are definitely groups. My 3 alts. Who else? I'm looking through my covers right now. Who else is like super easy? Woods has been really easy, but most of those covers have Ho Ho Kim playing guitar in them, so it's kind of one of those things where I just like learned the parts that were already written. So yeah, there are definitely some that are much easier than others. This is a good question, kind of a segue. What was the hardest Dreamcatcher song I've covered? Huh. That's a really good question. Probably. Let me see. Bon Voyage. Bon Voyage was really challenging. Reason was also really challenging. But there's a part of me that wants to say Red Sun because I had to do a lot of part writing for that song. And I had to come up with a lot of ideas. And that's always a little bit more challenging than having like established parts to play, if that makes sense. So, all right, moving on. Mars says, or asks, what has been your favorite cover to do out of all of the covers you have done? That's a really hard question to answer. There's a part of me that really wants to say, I know this is going to sound really cheesy, but like Thanks, which was my first cover, but it was the one that like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. All the love for Red Sun coming out. There's a part of me that wants to say thanks because it was the first one that I was like, oh, I can actually do this. Like it went from an idea to being a finished product, and then people really enjoyed it. And that was the first time that I had like posted a video that had gained any sort of like legitimate traction. And it was just like really exciting and really fun to experience that for the first time. I would say if that wasn't an option, Gorilla, I had so much fun with Gorilla. Like so much fun with Gorilla. That was one of the, like I said, it just kind of, all of the parts kind of flowed out. I don't know. Maybe Gorilla, probably Thanks. Did you ever cover CIX? No. I haven't yet. I've wanted to. I actually started working on a cover for Cinema. But it got really hard and I ran out of time. So yes, I do need to cover CIX. I know, I do. If I had to pick a song from both ATEEZ and Dreamcatcher that I could never hear again, what would I choose? Yo, I want to do Wave so bad, Ash. But anyways, if I had to pick a song with ATEEZ and Dreamcatcher to never hear again, well, I'm gonna have to pull up like their discographies for this. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. I'm sure I could find a song. Let me. ATEEZ. I'm gonna go into the depths of Spotify for a second. Hopefully I don't click a song. That I could never hear again. Huh. I have no clue. There's so much music, y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna try to choose Just for Everyone because I know people are saying how hard it's gonna be. Can I pick Let's Get Together, their single that they did, Let's Get Together? Because I think I've listened to that once and never listened to it again. So there you go. As far as Dreamcatcher, let's see. It would probably be something early, like really early. Let's see. I have no clue. Maybe Curse of the Spider? The only reason I say that is because it was on my running playlist for a while, and I heard it so many times that I took it off. I started skipping it. So, I don't know. Yeah. Yo, Dunk, what's up? What's up, man? What's the heaviest version of a song I've done? It's probably an ATEEZ cover or Dreamcatcher cover, because those are the ones that I get closest to like the metal or djent kind of areas. So y'all, there's so many good questions. Here's a harder one. If you could only listen to one song from Dreamcatcher and nothing else out of the disc, Bon Voyage. Bon Voyage. I love that song so much. Bon Voyage. in a heartbeat. So, have I ever thought about guitar tutorials? Let me answer that question in a little bit because someone asked about that actually. So, all right. Actually, it's the next question. Someone says, "Hey Andrew, you're honestly my motivation to learn the electric guitar, which is insane. Thank you so much. Your covers are inspiring. Again, seriously, thank you. I wanted to ask if you have tabs or score sheets to your original covers, and if we allowed to learn from them." Okay, so I'm just getting distracted by comments. What's your opinion? Piri was the first song I ever learned by I ever heard by Dreamcatcher, and that's one of the reasons why I got into them. So there you go. So there is a way to learn my songs. If you become a channel member, there are already some tutorials on YouTube. So what I try to do for each one of my covers is I try to do a dedicated lead and rhythm tutorial. If there are 2 parts to the song, that's note for note. Doesn't include the solos. There's a separate solo cover or solo tutorial. And then there's normally a beginner version where I make it super stripped down. The goal behind those is to make it as easy as possible for someone to be able to pick up the guitar and learn it in a very short amount of time and just be able to play and have fun with the songs. I have been really bad at making those because they take so much time to make. But I am working on tutorials for my Red Lights cover. That was one that a ton of people have requested. It's already been tabbed out. So for those of you that don't know, I do all of my covers by ear. And so I have to go back and tab them out based on what I played the first time. So that's another step at the beginning that I have to do. No, don't go for it. That's fine. I just appreciate you asking. Like, yeah, if you ever wanted to do a drum cover with one of my covers, go for it. That would be sick. I still want to do a collab someday, but for now, go for it. I just appreciate you asking because a lot of people wouldn't ask. Oh, yo, thank you so much. So yes, so all that to say, you can, if you become a channel member, there are tutorials there with tabs. There are 1 or 2 tutorials on my channel that have been made public. And I'm also working on another way that is completely free. More information towards the end of this month. I'm working on something else that's going to be completely free and more on a weekly basis for everyone to learn stuff. So stay tuned for that. Get pumped. More information coming soon. For those of you who want to join, how do you become a channel member? Great question. Just go to my channel. There should be a join button if you go to my channel page. I would say that you could join underneath my videos, but all of the videos that have a copyright claim on them, the join button's not there. So it's really hit or miss. So the best way is to go to my channel and here we go. The join button. If you look, so you got my banner, my profile picture, and my name to the left. Right to the right of all that is a join button if you want to join. So yeah. Mario. So I do have 2 Twice covers. 2, I think. 2 Twice covers. I did Feel Special way back in the day, and Alcohol Free I did with a few of my friends. We did like a full band cover. It was really fun. So yeah. All right. Let's move on. Steffi from Colombia, which is super cool, asks, I just want to tell you I love your work so much. Thank you. Can you tell us what was the reason I became an A-teenie? All right. So a little inside look. I became an A-teenie because of my wife. So, which I don't really talk about that relationship a ton on here just for privacy things. But she was playing it in the car one day. She was playing, I think it was Hala Hala. And I heard Jong Ho's vocals. And it was so good that it caught my attention. And I remember going like, who is this? Like, what is going on? And that was back when I didn't know how to pronounce it, so I thought it was 80s. So stupid. I'm sure we've all been there at some point before you hear them actually say it out loud. But yes, so I heard Jongho's vocals, fell in love with the music, kind of forgot about it for a bit, and then again in the car, Pirate King comes on. And I remember asking her, I was like, what is the name of this song? And she was like, Pirate King. And I was like, that's amazing, because it literally gave me One Piece vibes. I'm an anime fan, so I was like, One Piece. Like, this literally fits. And then from there, I was like, they make really good music. And it was always unique enough that it stood out to me. And so it's history from there. But yeah, I mean, like, Jongho was literally the reason why I got into ATs originally. So yeah. I think I do remember that. Actually, the Instagram clip. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, Jongho was the reason why I became an 18E. All right. Here's a gauntlet from Ash, who submitted a ton of questions. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. What is your favorite K-pop moment I've experienced so far, either channel related or outside of it? And what is one moment I'd like to experience in the future? Favorite moment so far, by far, has been learning that Kanghyun watches my covers and then talking with him on Bubble directly. That was surreal. I've got a video about it if you want to go check it out. It's on my channel, but I like did a vlog, kind of a vlog, like talking head thing for the whole thing. It was surreal. Knowing that my alt bias, who also happens to be one of my biggest guitar influences, watches my videos, like gave me a shout out on Bubble, liked it on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's still, hold on. Let me go check.